Yes, and the interlude or whatever it is that takes place between the two.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then since Maroon here brought it up, we might as well move on to it since we've already touched up on it. And that is the long-awaited, and I mean long-awaited, like 10 years or so about, Hoenn remakes for the 3DS. Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Delta, wait, that's just a trademark. Yes, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sire. Alpha Sire, God. Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire. Which released on the 21st of November, the same day as
So,
Smash Wii U.
a
Rip every...
remake of a remake.
No, Ruby and Sapphire were Gen 3 on the Game Boy Advance.
Then what am I thinking of that was a remake? Oh, I'm thinking of Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Fire Red and Leaf Green were remakes of Red and Blue.
Red and Green, yes.
Red and Blue, Green
yes.
slash Green. Yeah,
Green
whatever.
was in
Japan, yes. And we'll get into translations and stuff, and maybe, probably not this episode. Anyway, but yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and no, I'm not copying this word from word and just saying it from their official website. It's going to be interesting. Like, I wonder how they're going to tie in the whole primal reversion context to the story of Ruby and Sapphire. Or are they just going to rewrite everything to make it work? Because Because it's sad, but those are the only Pokemon games that I never got to play in their original cartridge form. I only just recently got to play Black and White 2.
I have Ruby somewhere.
I mean, and I just recently got to play Leaf Green, but I never got to play Gen 3, the non-remakes.
Pain in the ass time trying to catch Groudon. Don't even get me started. I ended up having to kill him. Damn it.
Yeah. But since I touched upon Primal Reversion, these, I mean, it feels like they're Mega Evolutions, but they're not, according to what has been released. Primal Reversions are apparently what came before Mega Evolution, and it's not even an evolution as hinted at by its name. It's a reversion back to their primal state. Terrible explanation.
So would it be considered like on the scale of like Aerodactyl and Kabuto and Kabutops?
Yeah, I guess. Be
considered on that scale?
I mean, those are really fossil Pokemon, though.
Yeah, they're fossil Pokemons, but if you think about it, it would kind of be like their primal version as well. It's their original version.
Yeah.
Before, they evolved and became other Pokemon. Mm-hmm. They're cloned from fossils.
Yeah.
Is how I remember it being in the
fossils.
Series.
The fossils ones, yes. But I feel like the primal reversion is not just it's a devolution if anything. It's, again, when it reverts back to their primal state, it's not just their looks. And I'm just going off of real life if this were to happen. To, like, say, the dog. It would revert back to a wolf. Because all dogs are descended from wolves.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's something more along that line. It's the opposite of a Mega Evolution. It devolves back into its state when it was first created by Arceus or whatever. We're not even going to get into Pokemon mythology.
Yeah, but that's kind of, if you're thinking about it like that, that's kind of like saying going from Pikachu to Pichu.
Yeah, or
Azumarill to Marill, either way.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think Marill and Azumarill are failures as Pokemon, but that's beside the point.
And
they're water-type Pokemon. They're water-type Pikachu and Raichu.
Yes, and now water
Except they added a third stage, and they have Azurill.
Mm-hmm. And they're all water fairy except for Azurill. It's water normal, if I remember. Or normal fairy. It's normal fairy. That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Maroon gave me a helpful link that I'm going to use here. Credit to Cerebi.net. Everyone knows who they are. Come on now. If you're a Pokemon fan, you use either them or Bulbapedia, and I feel Bulbapedia is the inferior site, but that's my opinion. Don't take it as fact. Whatever. Anyway, I just like Cerebi's layout better. Anyway. Also, no, I'll get to that in another segment. So, one of the things that was first revealed about Oras, as it's known, okay, No JoJo reference. Uh, is the rest of the Mega Hoenn starters, Skeptile and Swampert.
Hmm.
Swampert, I feel, is a failure as Mega Evolution design wise. It just looks atrocious. Like, what did it do? Just
Yeah.
take a whole bunch of steroids or something? That's exactly what it looks
Yeah.
like.
I haven't. I think they failed on at least two of the starter megas. I feel Blastoise was a failure.
It
Mega
looks cool.
Blastoise.
It looks
I
cool, I
don't
will
think it
admit.
does. I
I
really
love
don't think
those.
it does.
I
I
mean,
don't care for how they shaped. Uh, I don't care for how they shaped. He has what the cannons on his hands now.
hmm
I just don't really care for it.
I mean, I can see it looks kind of tacky, but at the same time, because it reminds me of Iron Man, actually. Kinda, or sorta, I guess. But but I do love Mega Skeptile's design. Just that tail looks deadly as it
Right.
just looks deadly. I don't like its typing. Grass Dragon, 4 times weak to Ice type.
Oh, it is a grass dragon if you think about it.
hmm
I mean, you could tell by the visual.
Yeah, but it's
Now,
just
if you want to talk about failed designs, we could either go with
so bro.
let's Mega Salamence.
Salamence is not as much of a failure as that
Design.
I know, atrocity known as Mega Slowbro. What the is it? Is it a Beyblade or is it a Pokemon? Seriously.
Seriously, what is it?
Yeah.
I like. I've seen some photo. I remember when it was announced. Some people were retweeting photoshopped images of the hero from the original Beyblade anime, and he was going doing the Let It Rip animation, and Mega Slowbro was photoshopped over the Beyblade. That was funny.
Yeah. I just want to pull a cord and watch them spin.
Yeah, and it
Now
was just
let's kind of switch gears here.
yeah.
Look at Mega Sableye or
Sableye is an
Sableye.
interesting one. Like, not I don't understand why it has suddenly has a huge giant rupee. Cause Zelda.
It kind of looks like it's using it as a shield, and for some reason, I don't know why, it makes me think of the Ganon fight at the end of Twilight Princess.
Okay, I was
I
gonna say
don't
if
know
it's any
why.
other game, but I wouldn't know, sadly.
Thinking, freaking.
That's the one I have yet to finish. Anyway.
Yeah, Ocarina. That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, because Twilight Princess is the whole shadow thing and Zant and all that.
Yeah, that's right. And then you fight Ganon as a boar, and then you get in the fire, and
And then suddenly Ganon is a boar in Smash Bros. Anyway.
now, I see they have the Mega Rayquaza. Are they gonna have Groudon and
I
I
think
can't
the
remember the other
primal
ones.
reversions are under a different category because they're primal reversions. Primal Groudon and Kyogre.
Okay.
That's one thing I don't understand. Why is Rayquaza just a mere Mega and not a primal as well? Because
I
that
think because Rayquaza didn't get his own game.
Yeah, because in other words, this effectively deconfirms people saying that Delta Emerald was more than just a trademark to protect the name. Because everyone was saying, "Ooh, look, we're getting an Emerald remake! Woo!" Runs around. No, that's not happening. No.
That is okay. I'm looking at the Primal Groudon and Rayquaza. All they did was take the black and
Yeah,
fill it in with yellow and red. And
it looks all
that's
glowy. It
yeah.
seems
It
lazy.
makes me think of shiny.
Now, one of my favorite megas on the list thus far, and this is just because of nostalgia's sake, and it's one of the newer ones, Mega Gallade. I just love that finally Gallade is going to be usable. Yes, it's done! It's doable! I mean, come on. It has a cape. It has a dual disc / blade. Where's the Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Where's the Yu-Gi?
You know you're gonna see them in posts now.
Yeah, I've already seen them in posts.
Oh, have you? I
Yeah.
haven't.
There was
Now,
someone made this meme of it was based on the World Championships this last year, and Gallade had a Pachirisu card, and someone photoshopped Kaiba for some reason because I don't know. Someone
Kaiba's the
photoshopped
flagship of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Garchomp over Kaiba.
Now, uh,
Double reference.
now Diancie or however the Mega
Yeah, it
down
looks
at the
weird.
bottom does not look like it would be fighting anything. It looks like it would be in the top tower of a castle sleeping,
Yes.
waiting for Prince Charming.
Hmm. Now, one thing I noticed here is that
I mean, it looks
apparently,
cool, but I think it could still be chalked up to failure.
yeah. Oh, so Mega Metagross. What? That's all I have to say on that. Why did like? I understand that it needed a Mega, but at the same time, it really didn't. It was one of the few Pokemon
It
that
was
got a
OP.
Mega. Yeah, and that suddenly gets a Mega.
I mean, not only it was OP in the series, it was OP in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right then, now
was
he has a Mega.
an undefeatable steel type, basically.
Mm-hmm. But while we're on Salamence, its design is kind of.
I've seen it compared to, if you take the wings off,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it compared to a sperm cell.
I've seen it compared to a croissant.
I can see that.
Yes, that was the best. I haven't seen the sperm cell, but I do like its build potential. Aerial 8 is a great ability for that Pokemon. It turns all normal type moves into flying type moves and immediately gets the stab same type attack bonus. And I believe something else because of the ability. So basically, it's the flying version of Pixelate, which is the ability Sylveon has, if I recall.
Now, let's go back to Mega Slowbro for a while.
Yeah,
Well, just for a moment.
Mega Beyblade. AKA.
Yes, Mega Beyblade. Now, I know it isn't a technical evolution, but you would think
Slowking.
that it would be Mega Slowking
Yes.
over
Slowbro.
Mega Beyblade.
Yeah.
Because I, like I said, I know it's not technically an evolution. All it is a Cloyster decided that the tail of a Slowbro of a Slowpoke looked good, so it munched on it.
Yes. And suddenly it devoured it in the Mega.
Yes. And yet it's pooping out its tail at the same time.
Yes. That's one way to put it, yes.
Although you do have to give props to Slowpoke's strength because it punched out his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But it looks so scared in that concept art. It's like,
It does.
help me.
It really does.
Help me, Senpai. Anyway.
I honestly think that the two most badass looking on this list, to me, my opinion, are Mega Rayquaza and Mega Beedrill, actually.
Yes. I do like Star. Yeah. Beedrill and Pidgeot are the newest.
Yes.
Rayquaza's technically the newest, but it was revealed before them. Unofficially. Through Coral.
I don't really care for the Mega Pidgeot because really all they did was put his wingtips blue and increase his
it looks like
feather
a
dust coughing off of his.
It reminds me of Staraptor, except for the blade over.
It actually makes me think of a fusion of Pidgeot and Pharaoh.
Fusion? Ha! Oh wait, wrong.
Fusion.
Ha! Okay. It's not Gotenks.
We must not do this blasphemy.
Yes. Anyway, I do like its ability though, with its move pool that it already has, and that is No Guard. No Guard is notorious for being used with Machamp, and people just trying to breed for that ability, just so we can use Dynamic Punch, get that 100% accuracy. You're instantly confused if you're not dead already. I have a feeling the same strategy will be used with Mega Pidgeot, because that Hurricane, it's a 50% accuracy normally. With No Guard, it jumps up to every time it hits. But the downside of this ability is any move used against you is 100%.
Well, would it still be effective if the opponent used like Dig or something?
I don't know. I don't know all the stuff about. Well, it wouldn't matter. Mega Pidgeot is still normal flying.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using an aerial attack normally,
True.
Unless you use Earthquake,
or
doesn't affect anything.
Or Bulldoze, if I recall, which was added in 5th gen. It's just basically a weaker Earthquake with the added speed reduction.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only one that would hit. So yeah, but again, the resulting Dig, it depends on who goes first in that situation.
Yeah.
If Dig goes first, it won't matter. It'll aerialate. Hurricane will hit after it misses.
Yeah.
Due to the flying type immunity.